Let's start this Pilates session with pelvic tilts. So we're going to start with a neutral position, your feet hip width apart, and if you choose to, squeeze your Pilates ball between the knees, arms down by your side. Pull your belly button in, lift the muscles of the pelvic floor, squeeze the bottom, and peel the spine up bit by bit, all the way to your shoulder blades. Scoop the tummy muscles and then lower down bit by bit until your tailbone is the last thing to land. Continue this, squeezing the ball between the knees or keeping neutral knees, allowing them to stay neutral rather than rolling in or out. Relax the upper body, and if you choose to, turn your palms up towards the ceiling. Now we're simply going to add in a single arm. So as we lift up, we're going to reach one arm up above the head. The pelvic tilts can now be bridge positions. So instead of peeling the spine up, you're simply going to squeeze the bottom, lift the hips up and glide one arm up towards the floor above your head. Stay grounded through your feet, tuck the tailbone if you need to, and again squeeze your Pilates ball between the knees or keep a neutral position. Scoop the tummy muscles, make sure you're always engaging through the core. Have a breather and have a look. We're moving to the lower body, so we're going to start in the same position, but this time your toes are tapped and your heels are lifted. The legs are going to stay in a 90-degree position, and you're going to alternate lifting one leg at a time up to a 90-degree position just above the hips. So making sure you're not rocking the pelvis and bringing the knees too far in towards the chest, but aligning that position so the knees are above the hips. This way you're going to be working those lower abdominals. Pull your belly button in, lift the muscles of the pelvic floor and relax the upper body. If you're looking for more of a challenge, you're going to alternate and switch the legs instead of bringing one leg up at a time. You can always extend your arms and make sure the knees aren't coming in too far. So your arms extended, your knees should just tap your palms. If your knees can't reach your palms, you're not bringing them in far enough. And if your elbows are bent, then you're bringing your knees in too far. So you're finding that nice balance where again, the knees are just above the hips and you're switching those legs, making sure the back doesn't arch, pull your belly button in, lift the muscles of the pelvic floor, and also remember to keep breathing as well. Have a nice long rest between each movement. Our next exercise is going to be straight leg extensions. Again, a really good one for your lower abdominals. We're going to start with those toes tapped again, and this time we're extending the leg up towards the ceiling. And I want you to make sure that you're engaging through the core, using those core muscles to make that leg movement. It's not necessarily about having the leg straight, but staying in alignment through the spine as we take those legs up to single leg extensions. When you're ready, have a go and take your time as you alternate. Imagine somebody's pulling on your big toe, relax the upper body and find the length. We're going to continue this, so have a rest if you need to, and this time have a go at adding in your crunch and holding your crunch. Your arms are going to slide down towards the end of the mat, your ribs are going to shift in and down towards your hips as your belly button pulls in and the pelvic floor muscles lift. Try to keep an apple underneath your chin, so imagine that gap, taking your gaze just slightly up towards the ceiling. Hold the crunch if you can as you continue to extend those legs one at a time. Again, take a rest if you need to. We are going to continue those leg extensions, but this time we're going to reach slightly across towards the opposite foot. So we're coming up to that crunch, but your arms are reaching towards the ceiling, your ribs are pulling in and down, and you're going to reach slightly across towards the opposite foot. You don't have to touch the foot, but you're going towards that place. Scooping the tummy muscles, core engaged, and slightly going across the center line of the body so you start to work the obliques and the waist. Have a really good rest after that one.